Misfits Qatar has just finished, so let's talk about it. Now, first off, I feel like there's many talking points of this Misfits card. Some good, some bad. But let's talk about the main event, the fight we've waited many years for, and that is Gib versus Slim. Now, it was read out as a majority decision. A judge scored it a draw, I believe 76-76, a draw, and then the other two judges gave it to Gib. Thank fuck we had two judges who had a working pair of eyes. How you could give that fight a draw is absolutely mind-boggling to me. I gave that score, I scored it 79-73. For people who don't know boxing, 7-1. I gave it 7-1 to Gib. I thought it was quite obvious Gib won. You could possibly give, 6-2 to Gib. There was some close rounds here and there, but I thought every round, even what was close, Gib was the clear winner of, in my opinion. Maybe some people had it closer. I believe one of the judges had it 79-73 like me as well. I thought Gib won that quite comfortably. It started off in the first round for Slim. That was the only round I scored for Slim, and even that was still somewhat close. But I gave Slim that first round. He came out the gates, a double jab straight right, landed lovely for Slim, and I was thinking, ooh, this could be quite competitive. This could be a very close fight. I hope it is. And then in that second round, Gib straight just kept him on that back foot. A crazy pace in that second round. Kept him on that back foot. Was on the front foot the entire time. Was working on the inside. Wasn't letting Slim really breathe that much in that second round. Wasn't giving him much space to really work with anything. And then third round, he started to use his range again. Wasn't going at a crazy pace. I think he did that in the second round to really stamp his authority and let Slim know, I will just push you back if I have to. And then that third round, he started landing some overhand rights, some big right hands. Might have been Gib's best round, or at least one of his better rounds for sure. Landing big overhand rights, landing some lovely shots on the inside, and he did a great job on the inside, landing uppercuts, right hooks to the top and to the body, left hooks to the body. Slim had his moments here and there with a few jabs, but he just couldn't get his range throughout the entire fight. Other than the first 30 seconds, Slim really couldn't get anything going. He couldn't get that range, and Gib did a great job. It was mainly because of Gib as well, because of his footwork, being in and out, being out of range quite often. There was a few times where Slim would land some shots on the inside when we would exchange, but nowhere near as many as Gib was able to land, and Gib just landed the cleaner and better shots compared to Slim. And now that the fight is done, who should each man fight next? In my opinion, Gib, the winner, should take on KSI. I've got to talk about the commentary. On the commentary for that last fight was absolutely pathetic. It was so fucking bad. I did a lot watch along for this, and I had so many people say that they've muted their monitor or TV because of how bad the commentary was. I understand that KSI wants to play into it a bit and make it a bit more somewhat entertaining, but people just want to watch the fucking fight, man. No one likes bias. No one likes bias. Man, you make it very evident in the fight. It's just, we know what you're trying to do, and obviously, play into this being like a heel persona, like WWE type shit. But it's just very frustrating when you're watching a fight and you see Gib land a good shot, you see Slim maybe not land, like just whiff a shot, but maybe looks like it almost landed or it hits glove. And KSI's like, oh my god, it's very annoying to deal with. You shouldn't have KSI on commentary, and I don't think you should have Mams on commentary. Mams wasn't exactly annoying on commentary, but it's like having Eddie Hearn on commentary for the Zone or any like a Matchroom card. It wouldn't make sense. And Eddie Hearn's good at talking, but it wouldn't make sense to have Eddie Hearn on commentary. You shouldn't be doing that, and I don't believe KSI and Mams should be on commentary, but I don't think anyone's going to fucking tell them that, let's be honest. But I think Gib versus KSI makes a lot of sense. I feel like KSI's planted a lot of seeds for this fight, but I don't believe he will take the fight, even though I believe a lot of fans would like to see it. You could generate a lot of hype for that fight, but I don't think we will get it, unfortunately. And then when it comes to Slim, rematch against Salt Papi, I feel like that would be quite fun. I know the commentator, I think he said Salt Papi and Gib. I understand what he's saying, but I don't think Gib will be looking down. I think he'll be looking up to someone like KSI. But there's only so many people you can really look at now for Gib. It is really KSI or nothing. Like, what, you're going to try to take on Jake Paul? Yeah, you won't be able to get that fight, let's be honest. Slim versus Salt Papi, I think makes a lot of sense. Right, so I was about to start editing, and then it was revealed that KSI has apparently said that he's going to fight the winner of Darren Till and Tommy Fury. So, yeah. Sorry, Gib, you're not getting that KSI fight. And given that I've just mentioned Salt Papi, we may as well talk about his fight, which was the co-main between him and King Kenny. Wow, what a finish. That was a beautiful timed left uppercut. The fight itself was a bit boring up until that point. The only thing that was really memorable was Kenny just tossing Salt Papi around the ring and flooring him in the second round, start the second round. After that, wasn't really much going on, you know. And then in that third round, King Kenny was trying to pressure Salt Papi, and he just got caught with this beautiful timed left uppercut as he was trying to close the distance. I have seen it slowed down. Some people tried to say he landed an elbow. It was very clear he lands his punch first, and then like his forearm like grazes across Kenny and his elbow as well. But it wasn't like he just fucking went and elbowed, you know, King Kenny. He literally just lands the shot, and then his like forearm and elbow continues to glance off after throwing the shot. It was a beautiful timed left uppercut. I've seen a few people say, I wish the ref let it carry on. I don't. I think it was a great timed uppercut, a great stoppage. You know, Kenny was like Bambi on ice. His legs were completely gone after that shot, and it was a very good stoppage in my opinion. We then have some bad news, and that is the whole Deji fight. Yeah, he got the stoppage, and yeah, I was saying in my video, my predictions video, if Deji stops him, maybe carry on. How much they want to baby Deji is fucking pathetic. I'm going to be honest, I like Deji, but how much they fucking cradle him like a little baby is absolutely fucking pathetic. Next time you see him, I won't be surprised if he has a dummy whacked into his gob. I'm not even taking the piss. Deji had 20 pounds. 20 pounds over this fucking, I forgot his name, Dawood, whatever, Savage Dawood, I can't remember his name. He had 20 pounds over him. They were 2-minute rounds. 2-minute rounds, which obviously favoured Deji because they clearly weren't confident in Deji's cardio, fitness. And not only that, but he was 0-5. This was absolutely pathetic. And I think it's fair to say Deji lost the first 2 rounds. He wasn't throwing anything, landed a big straight left in the first round, and I believe that was the only shot he threw throughout the entire first round. It was so pathetic, and then in that third round, lands a big straight left. Don't know why the ref said it wasn't a knockdown. It was. That was a knockdown. And then he lands like a right hook, and Matt Dawood's like, yeah, this is a great chance for me to like milk this and act like I've been headbutted and go down. And then on the post-fight interview, like he's in the interview, he's like, oh, I had a broken leg or something. I'm like, shut up, bro. Shut up, no one cares. Go away. It was a shit show. It was really, really bad. And then we're going to move on to another Debbie Downer. And that was the fight between Ben Williams and FaZe Jarvis. What on earth went on here? I predicted Ben Williams would win this one because I feel like he does look the part. And he lost. And I feel like he didn't lose because Jarvis was better. Ben Williams was the better boxer. He just had it all wrong game plan wise. As soon as he came out the gates, going at a stupid pace, trying to overwhelm FaZe Jarvis. What on earth was the game plan going into this fight, trying to overwhelm? He is the better pure boxer, was landing great check hooks, was landing great straight shots, great little pivots to the left. But he was just trying to overwhelm him, running him like, why were you doing that? You could have just jabbed his head off. I'm confident Ben Williams could have jabbed his head off for 5 rounds. And I saw people coming into my chat saying, oh, it's his cardio. It wasn't his cardio. It was the pace he went at. It was such a stupid pace. Anyone with common sense knew he wasn't keeping that pace up for 5 rounds. He was not keeping that pace up for 5 rounds. And then in midway through the second round, his shot started to slow down, a bit more sluggish. He was really looking absolutely fucking bollocks. And then in that third round, yeah, he was done in. Jarvis started to land in a lot more shots. And then he pivoted, fell over, wasn't a knockdown. Genuinely wasn't a knockdown so good. It wasn't ruled a knockdown. And then he started going at his foot, and I was thinking, hey up. He's not. And the fight stops because he couldn't get up, and then he had to get carried out. Well, not carried out, but, you know, he had his arms over two of his corner and he was hobbling out, and he rolled his ankle. But I don't think the replay even showed him what really happened with his ankle. He like just did a pivot and fell over. I've rolled my ankle a fair few times in boxing. You know what? You don't even have to apply it to boxing. Most of us in the real life have rolled our ankle, whether walking, jogging, sprinting, whatever the circumstance may be. The majority of people have rolled their ankle and know the pain. Now, if you're in a fight, a big stakes fight, where you got I'm not going to say millions, maybe millions, but hundreds of thousands of people watching you, would you end up quitting because you've just rolled your ankle and you have to, you know, put up with the pain, what lasts usually less than a minute? No. I think he did use this for a way out. Now, I don't like being that guy. I usually like giving the benefit of a doubt and thinking, oh, he wouldn't have possibly done that. Just the way it looked, he was that knackered. It was clear that the tide was changing in Jarvis's favour, just starting off that third round. I think he did quit, but I'm hoping that wasn't the case. Maybe he comes out with some x-ray scan, which Ben Whitaker couldn't do, and show what the problem was. But it does not look good for Ben Whitaker. In all fairness, FaZe Jarvis said, I'd like to do a rematch. And hopefully they do a rematch. And if Ben Williams does that, he's got to come in with a completely different game plan, because I had no fucking idea what he was thinking. And when it comes to the actual undercard, I kind of missed a fair bit. At least I was zoning out a fair bit as I was doing something else. And not only that, I missed the first few fights because I thought it started around 7 PM and it started at 3 PM UK time. So I missed a few fights because of that. I saw a bit of Nick Alameo versus Warren Spencer. Quite a decent fight. Missed a bit of little Cray Cray versus the other guy. That seemed alright for what it was. Yeah, I didn't mind. I like little Cray Cray too because he actually knows how to box. He's quite fun to watch. But the other talking point for me is the whole WWE cringy, gimmicky stuff. KSI came to the ring, was saying stuff like, many people want to know who I'm going to be fighting next year in Q1. Well, I'm not here to announce my opponents. I'm here to announce that I'm a CEO. And everyone's just like, okay. Just kind of went dead silent. And then he started going into the heel stuff a bit more, slating Gib and slating Dan TDM. I was like, is this guy going for like a Vince McMahon sort of shit here? And then he announced that Wade was coming. You know, Wade Plem's big YouTuber, a lot to do with the influencer boxing scene. And then he was like, yeah, you're not here to commentate. Wade was like, I want to fight. I was like, okay, nice. Then I thought he was going to call out KSI. I was like, you're not going to do that, surely. But no, he was like, your opponent, HS Tiki Toki. HS Tiki Toki comes out. Wade and HS, you know, have a bit of somewhat of a back and forth, if you want to call it there. And that was really it. Apparently they're fighting in January, I think HS said. I could be wrong, but that's actually a good fight. It's just the way they announced it was so gimmicky, WWE-esque. I don't know if that's the right route for boxing. I know you want to do things different with Misfits boxing. I completely understand that, but I don't know. I feel like you'll lose viewers more. Like, it just feels like I'm more like, oh, God. You know, I'm just cringing more than I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, when you watch WWE, you know what you're getting. You know what you're signing into. When you're trying to watch Misfits boxing, you're just expecting boxing. And that was just, yeah, that weren't it, man. I wasn't a fan of that at all. But yeah, that was the main talking points of Misfits Qatar. It was alright, wasn't too bad. It was pretty just okay. But what did you guys think about the card? Did you enjoy it? Are you happy that Gib won? Who did you predict to win? And what was the outcome of it? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.